Hey everyone, it's Sam here, and today I'm going to be showing you how I've made this very fun double shutter card. I made this during a Facebook Live. You don't need any dies to make this, really fun. But I also wanted to do a shout out for my Made to Surprise YouTube channel, because this is using a lot of the stamps that I'm featuring today, and this is a fun reveal wheel card. So you can see, just turn the little wheel on the side and you have all the different characters coming into frame. Lots of fun making this one. So if you like these stamps, you've got them, or you want to see how this one's made as well, nice big card there, then head over to Made to Surprise. We're actually celebrating 4 years of Made to Surprise, so there's lots of tutorials over there. But today I'm going to show you how to make this one. I am changing it a little bit. It will still look exactly the same and work the same, but I'm going to be adding a little bit more detail to it. Basically, you just pull the sides and it will reveal your image inside. It's on a top fold card, so it can be displayed open as well. You can have any scene in here. We were saying during the live, a Christmas scene would look lovely, looking out of a window or looking into a house. There's just lots and lots of scope for this one. Like I said, no dies are needed. It's very easy to make. So let's get started. So these are the two stamp sets that I've used. You've got tops and tails. See all the characters there. And then tails and tops. I love the little lamb and the llama. And then the Farmyard Icon set, which is lovely, really is nice, lovely to paper piece. It really just completes your scenes. And then I've used the arrow here from my action set, but you can see there you've just got so many different words to represent all the different actions that you have on your cards. You've got also the little arrows in different directions, different fonts, different sizes as well to fit in. Some of them are curved, so a really handy one to have. And then this is the stamp set. Again, I've used the We Heard It's Your Birthday one, the same as on the other one. Rather than going through every single colour of alcohol marker, if you've got the Creative Craft Products markers, if I hold that up, those are the colours that I've used across all of the Farmyard cards I've made. So this would be the third one. So during the Wednesday live that I did, the one that I've shared on Made to Surprise, and today's card. All right. So I've already got all my bits prepared. So you'll need to cut yourself 2 pieces of 4 by 3 1/4, and along that 4-inch side you're going to score at 1/2 inch. Okay, so do that on both pieces and just fold and burnish. These are going to be the pull tabs. I've then cut myself, this is for decoration, so not everybody's going to want this. You might not be doing a farmyard theme, but I've just cut myself, what was it, 2, 4, 6, 8 strips of a 1/4 inch wide. You want them to be long enough to cover the width of the doors, so I think all of mine are about 4 inches. Yeah, okay, so that's if you just want to do that little bit of decoration, which I'll do in a bit. For the panel that you are going to reveal your image on, this is 6 by 4, and I've already gone ahead there and coloured in that cute little scene there of all of the farmyard animals. And then I've got myself a piece of 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. This is what we're going to cut the mechanism into. You may want to do a template first, or just a practice run so you know what you're doing rather than go straight into your nice cardstock. And then I'm just going to attach it all to a top folding 5 by 7 card blank. This is shop bought, but if you're making it from scratch, it's a piece of 10 by 7. And along that 10-inch side, you're going to score at 5 inches. Okay. So there's no more scoring, but you'll need your self-healing mat or a cutting mat and a cutting knife. So what you want to do first of all is grab a pencil, and you're going to mark 3/4 inch in from the top left, 3/4 in from the top right, and repeat that again on the bottom. And then you're going to draw a line connecting those 2 markers. Okay, and then you're going to rotate it this way, and you're going to do the same measurements again. So 3/4 inch in from the left corner, and then again in from the right corner, and again join those up. Okay, now everything else we're going to do in terms of pencil marks is all going to be within this rectangle in the middle. So ignore your 3/4 inch kind of border now that you'll have all the way around. You want to then find the middle of this rectangle here, so 2 5/8 inch, and again mark that along the bottom, 2 5/8, and join that up. And then you want to find your halfway of this section here, and it's 1 5/16 inch, so it's just after 1 1/4. It's in between 1 1/4 and 1 3/8. If you're not too sure about that measurement, and not everybody's ruler has all of the smaller measurements on them, skip this step and go to the cutting when I do that in a minute, and then you can fold this in half manually once it's all cut, and then add the score line. Okay, so you can do it that way. But if you are okay with your measurements, it's 1 5/16 of an inch. So in between your 1/8 of an inch, you've got smaller markers again, and they're your 16ths of an inch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, do that on the bottom and do it again on this side here. And again, I'm just going to join them up. These are actually going to become score lines. So you should now have something that looks like this. What we're now going to do, I'm just going to flip mine over and show this side. You're going to cut all the way down this section here in between. So again, ignore your border. You're just focusing on that inner rectangle. You're going to cut all along the top, all along the bottom, and just down through the middle. So we'll start with the sides first. So place your ruler down and use a metal ruler, and you want to always push your knife into the ruler so you can ensure you get a nice straight cut. Okay, see that cut there? So again on this side. And then through the middle. Okay, so you should now have something like this. Then take a metal stylus and you're going to go over this line here and just score, and then also here, but just between that rectangle again on this side. Okay, now you can fold all of these. Fold it all back the other way as well. I'm going to be flipping this over in a minute. I think during the live I said that the cardstock was Noble Red, but it's not. It's the Imperial Red from Creative Craft Products. It's really nice. Nice and smooth for stamping on, but it's really strong as well for your 3D makes. Again, just folding them all back. So now I'm going to flip mine over, and you want to make sure that you have a mountain and a valley fold. So the shutter needs to have that mountain fold. And then get yourself a little circle punch. This is a 1-inch circle punch. Really handy little piece of equipment to have in your craft room, along with squares. But if you can get like a nest of circle punches, they're really handy for things like this. This is optional. It doesn't have to be a circle either. It could be a square shape, little triangle. You might just want to snip in, but it's just to create a little finger pull, just to make it easier for the recipient to pull out the panels. So try and get it in the middle and kind of halfway down this section here. I always eyeball this, so but you can always measure it out if you'd prefer. Next, we want to take these ones here, and they are going to stick underneath. I fold it that way. That's going to lay over the top, and you'll see it will stick out, and that will sit within the 5x7 card size. This is where I'm going to stamp the little arrows. You want to make sure, because we've cut into this, that it sits, you know, behind this little window. It doesn't kind of catch. So I'm actually just going to shave a little bit off, just with my trimmer, along that short side, just a tiny bit. You can see that it's just that tiny little slither. Just want to make sure. Yeah, there we go. So again, fold it over and use the quick grab glue. Okay, so just cover that with your glue. Keep it folded up like this. If you open this one up like so, and then lay it down. Now when you bring that back under, you see how that's going to work, and pull that up. If that was a bit confusing, the way that I stuck that in, flip the whole thing over. Again, add your glue. Keep that folded down and do it this way. So whatever works best. You don't want to see any of that white. There we go. It should all join, all nice and straight. A little bit sticks out each side. Then with this piece here, you just sit it behind and pull out your shutters to where you know, kind of think you're going to need them to pull out. You might not want them pulling out as far. And just sit this over so it covers it up. It's kind of in the middle, and just with a pencil, just mark on the side here and here and the top and bottom. You know then where you're going to be stamping your images. I just used my previous card as a guide, so I knew that I'd get all those images, you know, in that kind of window. I think that's going to, okay. So then when you've got your markers, you can go and stamp them, whatever it is that you want to have in the middle. And then all I need to do is add some glue along the top here and the bottom here, because you can't add anything down the sides because you've got your shutters here. Glue all down there and all down there. And just want to make sure I get it straight and in the middle. Don't worry if glue comes out the sides on the top and the bottom, because you're going to stick that onto the card blank anyway, but just check when you go to open it that you're happy with that positioning. That looks good and there's no glue interfering with anything else. Now, two things I forgot to do, but it's fine because I'm going to tell you. Any decoration you want to do on this, do it before you stick anything on. I'm still going to be able to stamp this because I can just put a little bit of paper in between there so the print doesn't go on. These here, they're much easier to stick on across these sections here when you haven't stuck this back piece on. Okay, I can still get in there, it's still fine. I did it during the live, but yeah, just a couple of little reminders there. All your decoration on this piece, please do it before you stick down your side panels. So I'm going to use the wood grain. This is the barn door stamp, and I'm just going to ink it up in a very deep red and just stamp it probably just twice. So kind of come off the side there and there. I should be able to line that up. So you can see I've stamped the wood grain and I've added some more ink to it, but I got some ink here. But we're going to fix it because we always do, and I'm going to leave this in. So I want to stamp, I think, a couple of other characters just on here so that they hide behind but then appear. So I'm going to put a little pencil mark just here and here, so I know that they have to be within that section there. So I'm going to get the characters stamped and coloured in. I'm going to put a red trim down there, which is still going to look nice because it will actually sit against the white card blank, so that's going to be fine. I'm going to stamp my sentiment along the top and heat set that. Again, you want to do that before you stick everything down, but I forgot all of these stages. One thing I would say is if you are doing it like I am, once it's together, get your heat tool really, really hot. So the least time it spends on the card, the less chance you've got of it warping. I actually did that with this and you can see it's perfectly fine. So I'm going to get those bits finished. Okay, so I'll do the reveal at the end. I am going to stamp the tiny little arrows just in each of those finger pulls. You don't have to be honest. It is, I think, obvious what they need to do, but you'll see those arrows do fit in there perfectly. So I'm going to stamp each of those, and then I've just, from that icon set, I've built up a little bucket with some nice tasty apples inside. You want to stick them, make sure whatever you stick down just sticks onto each of those kind of sections. You've got your the crosses, so within those parts. And I'm going to have the little milk churn and have the little fork, and then maybe some little carrots like so. So you still get to see the mulching when you pull that up. Just make sure, like I said, nothing's hitting the fold. Even those apples there, I've got a couple just there and then one on the side. All right. Okay, so before the reveal, I'm going to decorate my envelope. So I've just got 5x7 envelope. All my wax seal kit is in here. So happy birthday seal. Get the, I need a new candle actually. I think I might do a silver one just to kind of tie in with the silver on the front of the card. So this is all part of my Happy Mail kit. So I'm going to add in some silver beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let those melt. And then I've got some really cool Farmyard stamps. These are old used stamps, but I love decorating my envelopes with them. I think it was in this one actually. So we've got horses, whole page of horses, birds, butterflies, safari, and then I think this was more your farmyard here. So we've got that brilliant one there, which is from Cyprus, that cow, definitely have that one. And then I like that one, USA, with the sheep. And let's have those little ducks, they're cute. From, I think that must be Romania. There we go, we'll have those 3. So I'm going to stick those down, and then I've got my little franking stamps. These are all part of my Happy Mail kit. Get those all stamped, then I can pour the wax. And then I'm just going to flip that over, because I'm not sending it just yet. I must have got some black ink. Yeah, look, I'm covered in it. Oh well, envelopes always get a bit tatty anyway. So just pour out the wax. Okay, and then make sure it's the right way up. Just leave that now to set. Okay, so once you think it's dry, just give it a little wiggle. There we go. I love the metallic ones. So now for the reveal. So just bring that up a bit closer. See all the detail there. How I rescued the sides. Now, how cool is that? I think it's such a sweet colour. I love adding the extra characters on the side. I think that looks really, really cool. All can display open like so, and obviously you can adjust the shutters where you kind of want them. I think it's wonderful. Really, really fun style. And then this one again, I'll just show you, even though I've not inked it or anything, I still think it looks lovely. And then you can again pull out your sides there. But I do like the white panels on the side. I just think it breaks up the red frame. So I'll definitely recommend just maybe alternating the colours so they just pop a bit more. And again, a reminder of this card using a lot of the stamps that I featured today. This is over on the Made to Surprise channel as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial from me today. All of the products that I've used you can find linked in the description box below, and also if you click here they'll take you to Craft Stash. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and that way you won't miss out on any future tutorials. And the playlist coming up here will be a kinetic playlist where you don't need any dies to make the cards, so you might want to watch that next. Take care, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.